In a series where names definitely matter, it's hard to ignore when a name pops up multiple times. Cassandra Clare's Shadowhunter Chronicles are my favorite books, and I honestly spend more time theorizing about what's to come than the theories in my own books. The series is told in 5 separate arcs, although only 3 are out now, and in each series that has come out so far, the same name pops up: Christopher. The name Christopher is of late Greek origin, from Christophoros, meaning bearing Christ. Originally used as a metaphorical name, this name was how early Christians described how they carried Christ in their hearts. Saint Christopher is used as the patron saint to travelers. Christopher first appears in the original version of Jace Herondale's name, Jonathan Christopher Morgenstern. Later he drops this name and changes it to Jace Lightwood Herondale, but it is important to know that he drops the name after he learns that he is not part demon, but part angel. The name is later taken by the true son of Valentine Morgenstern. Jonathan, or as he likes to be called, Sebastian, is one of my favorite evil characters, and I'm guessing that since you clicked on this video, you know all about him, so I'll go on. Sebastian is listed in the Shadowhunter's Flower book as Jonathan Christopher Morgenstern, but the good version of him is Jonathan Fairchild Morgenstern. Why drop his middle name if you want to describe his good side? Valentine Morgenstern was the evil one, so why not his name? Furthermore, the name Morgenstern is German for morning star, a title once held by Lucifer before he fell. On a side note, this title was later taken by Christ after his birth, but Christ is not mentioned as much in the novels. Now I bring you Kit Rook in Lady Midnight. We learn at the end that he is the lost Herondale, and his name is actually Christopher Herondale. Christopher. Now let's look at his flower card. His flower is bittersweet, which is a highly poisonous plant. Superstitions of it include this flower's ability to turn into a beautiful enchantress. It is also used by ancient priestesses to invoke the assistance of the goddess of war. Finally, farmers used charms of the berries on the necks of those animals they believed that are under the evil eye. However, this plant also symbolizes truth and honesty and protection from spells. As we have only just met Christopher, we cannot make judgments yet, and we can't exactly call him a Christopher, as he has shed the name almost immediately and goes by the name of Kit. I mentioned 4 people, but have only spoken of 3. The last Christopher appears in Shadowhunter Academy and will star in the upcoming arc, The Last Hours. I haven't read the Academy books and would rather not spoil myself until it comes out in a physical copy in November, but we do have some information of him on the snippets of TLH, as well as his flower card. First, let's look at the family tree found on the back of the cover sleeve of Clockwork Princess. He is married to Grace Cartwright. But, from a story in the Bane Chronicles Midnight Air, we know that James Herondale is in love with her, and that Tatiana Blackthorn, Grace's foster mother, is looking for a warlock to put some sort of spell on her. Ms. Clare has also said that no one gets together the way that we expect them to. So we know that Christopher marries Grace Cartwright and is an ancestor of the Lightwoods and the Mortal Instruments. We also know that Grace may or may not have some magic about her, and that the two of them do not get together by conventional means. Now let's look at his flower card. His flower is white-pink geranium. The description of him is ingenious talent, which we can throw away as we know that he, like Henry Bronwell, is an inventor. This may be important later, but let's throw it away for now. White-pink geranium. Believe it or not, it does not mean ingenious talent. In fact, geraniums have a different meaning depending on the color. White geraniums are for warding off snakes and thought to promote fertility. Nothing special here unless we look at the snake part metaphorically. It's the pink geranium that excites me. Pink geraniums used to be used in love spells. Of course, such spells probably never worked, but this is the Shadowhunter Chronicles. Magic and spells are plentiful here. So what does this mean for Christopher Lightwood? I've been theorizing events for the last hour since it was announced, and I have a few ideas. Now keep in mind that these are just theories. I don't have a definite idea as to what happens, and like I said, I haven't read the Academy series. I haven't met him properly yet. But once Magnus Bane announced that Tatiana was looking for a warlock to charm Grace, I knew that she was not going to be normal, that she is not so perfect. Grace is something of a succubus. It's a bit of a reach, I know. Her flower card displays blue hydrangeas, which are connected to turning down romantic proposal and frigidity. They can also mean heartlessness and acting without regard to another person. Grace, in my theory, likes to toy with people's emotions. She knows that James Herondale and Christopher Lightwood are close and wants to tear them apart. She seduces Christopher by magical means and tears the boys of 1903 apart. My theory is that, while Tatiana Blackthorne remains the primal antagonist of the last hours, Grace and Christopher are her lackeys. And this is why the name is so important, because Christopher is an evil character, and taking off his name symbolizes that the characters bearing his name are becoming good. Of course, these are just theories, and I'm sure you have some of your own. I would love to hear them, so please let me know. Until then, this is Melody Harp.